the qualities of who are not mentally tough,
Yeah.
or I would say, I call them as enemies of mental toughness. Okay, so if we have to put, I have to put them a name. I will give them again number. I will give them 5 qualities that actually bring people down from top to bottom also. And the biggest, not only in the sports, this is a quality which kills. This is an enemy of our lives. This is what kills our relation with ourselves. It's called self-pity. Self-pity drains us. Self-pity uh, abolishes every hope that we have in us. Because self-pity always makes us focus on problems. Self-pity creates self-doubts. Self-doubt makes us don't not take actions and distracts us from goals. If there's a business which is struggling and the entrepreneur is new, and what he will do, he will keep on focusing on, what did I do wrong, what did I do wrong, what did I do wrong, I wish I had not done that, I wish I. So he's doing self-pity. Now think about it. If he starts to focus on, what can I do to make it better, how can I improve, what can I improve my, how can my company do to improve the sales, what can I do in my products, okay, which is, on the contrary, instead of being a poor me attitude, victim mentality, it comes to a responsibility attitude. Okay, so self pity is one of the biggest enemies which kills the mental toughness or mentally makes people weak. Okay, then why does self pity happen? We have to understand that we have a self made inner critic. This is the second enemy. It's a small voice, which keeps on coming at us. you know be careful when you do this, something can go wrong. Don't be overconfident. People will see you as somebody who is boosting too much. So these are those inner critics. It's a nagging voice. Mentally tough people know how to shut that voice when they need it. Sometimes that voice is good to guide you so that you don't become overconfident. But for mentally tough people, they know that it is an enemy or it is my friend. Okay, is this voice helping me or is this voice bringing me down? Okay, then the third enemy of mental toughness is self-crafted. I call it self-crafted laziness, lethargy. Okay, procrastination. So this is one step by step. Okay, and this is the one which is pushing us towards adversity, because it makes us slow, it makes us creepy. It makes, instead of developing mental resilience, it is what you call, it is taking us towards mental failures. Okay, mental ditches. So laziness is one of the biggest enemies of mental toughness. Then linked with this one is another amazing enemy, and I'm calling it amazing because we think this is the right way to live our life, and that is called perfectionism. Self. I call them five S's of, 5 S enemies of self mental toughness. Self-made perfectionism. They forget one thing. There is nothing perfect in this. This world is not made to be perfect. It's a pursuit to perfection that is needed. You can never be perfect. Otherwise, we are not humans, we are gods. Right? But we have to have the pursuit to perfection, excellence. That is what we need to understand. All you need to do is give your best. Okay. Now, I used to do that. I was trapped into this when I started public speaking. When I started, doing training and sessions, I would go to after session, ask, "How was my session? Can you tell me?" Oh, they're saying, "Sir, it was marvelous." And no, 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 no. I think I made that mistake. Did you notice my pen fell down? Hello, nobody is noticing it. Till you tell them to notice. You need to be the best version of you. Perfection, leave it to God. That's what His duty is. That's what He's made of. He's made us for. He's made us to make mistakes. Error is to human. right? So when R is to human, then what perfectionism are you talking about? These people are trapped in should, could, and would, and must. It should be like this. He must do this. They must understand. They shouldn't do that. They couldn't do that. They wouldn't do this. So this is a biggest. This is one of the biggest enemies of mental toughness. And last but not the least, the fifth S of my list of mental toughness enemies is self-limiting beliefs. I am not capable. You are capable. Again, I was a victim of this thing. When I decided to do trainings, I went to my mentor and I said, I'm not good enough. He was encouraging me. You should do training. You can do. You can do. I said, no, I'm not good enough. I cannot have examples like you do from your life. I cannot give examples. He was like, really? Okay. That means you are a dead person. I said, how come? You don't have any events in your life from which you can learn? I said, okay. I said, but I want to be like you. You know what he said to me? His best sentence I've ever written it. Why do you want to be a poor copy of me? Be a better version of you. Okay. So that was my transition and my turning point. And that's when I decided, yes, I can. And when I was doing my first training, I didn't even realize from my life. I was giving examples. Same way he was quoting, I was quoting my life examples. And an interesting thing, I'll tell you an interesting story on this. I was doing a training in Dubai, and it was one of the big firms. And we were having MD and owner, and everybody was sitting there, CEO. So when I did my first half, again telling my own examples, after that there was a tea break. It was 1 hour session, but it went down to one and a half, with a quarter, 3 quarters of 1 hour 45 minutes. And so I requested, sir, please can I take a break? My throat is hurting now. During the break, the MD came to me and he said, Ali, you're doing a great job. I'm very impressed. But I give you one suggestion. I said, what? Quote some examples from Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, quote other people. You're quoting your own life examples. People don't know you. Your life examples, don't give them motivation. I said, okay, sir, I'll bring next session, I'll bring those examples. While we were saying this, his director marketing was coming out, and the director marketing said to him, sir, I must tell you one thing. He was 62 years old. In 62 years of my life, this is the first time I am hearing somebody who is touching my heart. And you know why? Because he's not giving us Bill Gates and Steve Jobs stories. He's telling us stories from his life. He's a normal human. I can relate to his follies. I can relate to his failures, and I can relate to his successes. And I looked at them at me, and then we looked at me, and it was like, continue, please. So my limiting beliefs were my biggest restriction to grow. I was mentally weak. I was looking for validation. I was looking for somebody to tell me, am I good enough or not? I am good. I'm the best, man. So that is another enemy of mental toughness.